Whether you drive a Volkswagen or you drive a Bentley, the road remains the same, doesn't it?
Spirituality is the art of bringing us to that inner calm, to that inner peace in our real life with all kinds of difficulties, troubles and problems surrounding us.
What is the most selfish one-lettered word? I, isn't it? Everything revolves around I.
I'm David. Welcome to Wise Vibes. Anyone can find the dirt in someone. Be the one to find the gold. It's a quote by Gaur Gopal. He is a spiritual teacher, coach, and monk from India. He quit his job of fixing machines. Now he helps fix people. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 pieces of life-changing wisdom by Gaur Gopal. Starting off with number 1, increase your standard of life.
Whether you drive a Volkswagen or you drive a Bentley, the road remains the same, doesn't it? Whether you speak on a Samsung or you speak on an iPhone X, whoever you're calling remains the same, isn't it? Whether you're flying economy or you're flying business, the destination where you're heading remains the same, isn't it? Whether you're wearing a simple fast track or you wear an Omega or a Rolex, the time remains the same, isn't it? It's quite amazing how we work ourselves up so much with increasing the standard of living that we forget to increase the standard of our life. And which is why wherever I travel, I make an appeal to people. There's nothing wrong with an Omega. There's nothing wrong with a Bentley. God bless you with that, and if you have it, drive it, no problem. But in trying to enhance and increase and improvise the standard of your living, please, do not compromise with the standard of your life. It's not the standard of your living that makes you happy. It's the standard of your life that makes you happy. And very often, we forget to give attention to those things that can truly make us happy. Which is why I always say, things that I'm talking about, they have utility value, right? Not happiness value. Travel business class or first class. Travel, no problem. Drive a Bentley, no problem. But in doing so, never, ever compromise on those principles that also improve the standard of your life. And therefore, I always say, some people are so poor, so absolutely poor that all they have is money. That's all they have. That's all they have. I consider that life a poverty-stricken life. If all you have is money, you're the poorest person in the world. Because there's more to life than money. And there's way more to life than what money can buy. And therefore I many times say, if you want to truly know how rich you are, drop a tear and see how many hands come forth to wipe that tear. Ladies and gentlemen, our happiness and our increased standard of life is not in things, it's in people. It's relationships. It's meaningful, heartfelt, deep bondings of love that bring fulfillment to the heart. It's those meaningful exchanges of love that we share with each other in relationships that brings true joy to the heart. And isn't it the greatest irony that something that brings in the greatest fulfillment, we very conveniently neglect in just running after increasing and enhancing our standard of living.
Number 2, find real peace.
Who had a great fascination and love for paintings. One time he decided to offer a very valuable prize to the artist who would paint a beautiful picture depicting peace. On the final day of the judgment, many artists brought their paintings with the hope of winning that valuable prize. The king looked at all the paintings and selected two in particular, and now he had to choose one out of the two paintings for the valuable prize. The first painting, a beautiful, calm lake with clear, transparent waters. The lake was a perfect mirror to the towering mountains surrounding it. Above it was the blue sky with white, fluffy clouds like cotton balls floating in space. Anybody who saw this painting thought it was the perfect masterpiece representing peace. The second painting had mountains too, rugged, dry, bare. Above these mountains, an angry sky, overcast with dark clouds, lightning streaks here and there, a massive downpour of rains, a rumbling, ferocious waterfall cascading down on one side of this bare mountain. Peace, thought the people who saw this painting. As the king looked closer, he saw behind this rumbling waterfall a branch of a bush growing out of a crack in a rock. On the branch was a mother bird who had made a nest, and within the nest was very peacefully, with great affection, feeding its little ones. Which one do you think did the king choose for his valuable prize? The second one. The king explained, peace does not mean to be in a place where there's no noise, where there's no trouble, where there's no hard work, where there's no trials, where there's no tribulations, where there's no difficulties. Peace means to be in the middle of all mayhem and chaos, and yet to stay calm, yet to stay focused, yet to make that inward journey. And isn't that the story of real life as well? Spirituality is the art of bringing us to that inner calm, to that inner peace in our real life, with all kinds of difficulties, troubles and problems surrounding us. That is the meaning and definition of real peace.
And if you're liking the video so far, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Next is Go With The Flow.
Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it amazing how many plans we make? And isn't it a reality? Not everything goes according to our plans. Even in the game of chess, we may come completely prepared with our strategy to win the game. We may even make our moves thinking that everything will go according to what we had decided and planned. The reality, however, is once we have made our move, we have no control over the moves that the opponent will make. We have no idea that the opponent has also made his or her plan. Whether it's the game of chess or the game of life, not everything goes according to what we had envisioned in our lives. This is exactly why there's a great need to go with the flow, to not be rigid about what we had decided, to learn to change our strategy as per the need of the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, adjust your plans, adapt to the challenges that life throws at you, adopt new strategies to match those of your opponent. Life, apply the greatest virtue of flexibility. Don't be rigid. Let's learn a very important lesson from the river Ganga. as she emanates from the Himalayan mountains with her plan to move and reach her destination, she is not rigid. She is extremely flexible. As sometimes mountains throw challenges in the form of rocks on her path, she does not stop. She will either go above them or under them, around them, but she keeps moving until she reaches her destination. Whatever challenge comes on your pathway, just keep moving.
Number 4, don't live the life of I.
What is the most selfish one-lettered word? I, isn't it? Everything revolves around I. iPhone, iPad, iPod, and the man says, I paid. What do you do? Everything revolves around the I. And what does I stand for? I stands for expectations. I should be treated like this. I should be loved like this. I should be dealt with like this. I should be respected like this. I should be given these many marks. I should not be given this. You're all leading a life of super high expectations. Everything revolves around my opinions, my desires, my likes, my dislikes. I love this, I want this, I don't want this. I. You think life will be a very happy life when it revolves around I? From our childhood we have grown up like this. We've only learned to take, and everyone has to fulfill my expectations. Everything has to be up to my expectations. One boy comes to a mother and says, Mama, I love you. 5-year-old. Mother said, I love you too, beta. The guy grew up to be 16. Goes to the mother, Mama, I love you. Kitna paisa chahiye bol? He grows up to be 25. Mama, I love you. कौन है? किधर रहती है? बता दो. हम arrange कर देंगे, बता दे. He turns to be 40. Mama, I love you. बोला था ना शादी मत कर उससे. He turns 60. 60. Mama, I love you. मैं किसी भी पेपर पे साइन नहीं करूंगी, तू जा. माँ है ना, जानती है. Mother knows. It's all about my expectations, how it goes. And marriage? You think only children, girlfriends, boyfriends, what's marriage? Such expectations of treatment, each other's expectations. God. And you think religion is spared? If youngsters are not spared, girlfriends and boyfriends are not spared, married people are not spared, you think religious men and religious people coming to a temple are spared from the eye? I don't think so. Therefore, when people come to God, people come to a temple also, they're only asking, give me what I want. No one comes to say, I love you, I want to give you. When the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, came up to his stage for his first presidential speech, his voice rumbled into the public address system when he said, ask not what the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for the country. And so we are saying, ask not what God can do for you. Ask what you can do for God. But no one asks that. Because the I is so big, my expectations, my desires, my things are so powerful that even when I come to a temple and ring a bell, all I'm doing is asking. The more we lead a life of I, our I will always be frustrated. Because people don't exist in this world to just fulfill your expectations. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the most selfish one-lettered word is I, which stands for expectations, and therefore avoid this word. How do you avoid this word? Be realistic in your expectations. अपेक्षाएं करने में कोई problem नहीं है, but understand that not everyone will fulfill your expectation. And secondly, avoid this word I by trying to serve others. You know why? Because when you want to be served, you're dependent on people. They may not serve you. When you want to serve, who can stop you? When you want respect, people may not respect you. But when you want to give respect, who can stop you? When you want to be loved, you may not be loved. But when you want to give love, who can stop you? When you want in charity, people may not give you in charity. But when you want to give charity, who can stop you? And therefore, learn to begin your journey from I to you. The more you want for yourself, you will remain frustrated. The more you want to give, you will remain happy.
Number 5, choose greatness.
So his question is, how does luck or destiny, what role does it play in victory or success? Right? Is it all hard work? Is it all destiny? What is it? Now, in my humble opinion, destiny is the situations that come to you, which are beyond your control. For example, you didn't choose your parents. Did any of you choose your parents? You were destined. That was destiny. You were born. ऐसा नहीं बोले ये मेरी बाप, ये मेरे माँ, मैं अवतार लूँगा इनसे. Have you ever thought like that? Never. Did you ever choose your looks? ऐसा नाक होगा, ऐसा कुछ. Do you choose? No one looks as good as your Facebook profile picture, and no one looks as ugly as their Aadhaar card picture. No one. No one looks like that. Correct? So situations are destiny. You didn't choose them. They came to you. If someone comes and insults me, I didn't choose it. It came to me. That situation is destined. But my response to those situations is my choice. Response is not destiny. What I choose is my choice. And when I choose it, that decides my future destiny. This is why they say man is the maker of his destiny, not situations. Situations will remain what they are, but how you respond to those situations is completely and entirely your choice. So now, for example, some of you may have just got admission in a mediocre, simple college. Why? You couldn't crack it to go to IIT Mumbai. You couldn't crack it to any of those places. No issues, right? It's not that only IITians succeed, is it? You have that situation which is destined. Now you have a choice to work hard, to cultivate that attitude. That attitude is not destiny. That attitude is a choice. And when you choose that attitude, hopefully victory will come to you right away. Even if it doesn't come to you right away, you have sown the seed that will pay back. The seed that is sown will certainly fructify. Now, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, or later. This is why persistence, sticking it out, is so much essential. Thank you very much, sir.
Next, I'm going to leave you with a bonus that I think you're going to love. Before I do, let me know down in the comments below which has been your favorite lesson so far and how do you plan to use it to take action in your life. It's one thing to watch these motivational videos. It's another to take action and change the course of your life from this moment right now. So let me know, how are you going to take action? Next is a clip from Marie Forleo, Don't Give Away Your Power.
Don't give away your power. So anytime some nasty criticism or BS comes your way, you have to say this: you cannot take me down. I will not give you that power. I want you to make that your new mantra in life. You got to realize that people can say whatever they want, but you do not have to take it in, and you don't have to let it ruin your day. Your time on this earth is so precious, and it's really, really important that you protect your soul.
Next, I'm going to leave you with a quote before you go. You have to choose, what do you want? Being right or love? If you want love, sometimes you have to say sorry even if you are right. By Gaur Gopal. That is probably one of the biggest lessons that I'm learning in my marriage. I'm sure you are as well if you are married. They say a happy marriage is determined by how many teeth marks you have on your tongue. So anyways, if you want more videos like this, click this video over here or this one down over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing day.